Hi, and welcome to the Eczema Podcast, where you'll learn tips, products, and natural eczema remedies from Abby, registered holistic nutritionist and founder of eczemaconquerors.com. Stay tuned as she invites experts in the field. Here's your host of the Eczema Podcast, Abby.
Hey guys, today's episode is part 2 of our episode continued from last week, all about how to prevent and reverse wrinkles, especially if you've gotten damage from your skin from the eczema, which I know I have. I still have some of the scarring here as well. And Ben Fuchs is one of the most knowledgeable skin experts that I've ever met. He speaks internationally around the world, and he's been a keynote speaker at different conventions as well, and he's a biochemist as well as a skin formulator and a nutritionist. That is the most unique mixture I've ever met, and he is just such a rare find. I hope today's episode will really help you, and he's an amazing teacher as well, so he's really articulate and great at teaching. I love his products. They're some of my favorite products. I just replenished and bought his new products and used it for my face, so I love them. Visit truthtreatments.com to check out his products and use Have the Truth 20 to get 10% off. And that's Have the Truth 20 to get 10% off. I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
For keeping the skin healthy, beautiful, and wrinkle-free and producing collagen. And that's a long-winded 25-minute answer to your question about how you prevent wrinkles and how you take care of wrinkles. You exercise the skin with alpha hydroxy acids, and that you do that in toners and cleansers. I like toners and cleansers because on-off. The toner goes on, and then it goes off. Cleanser goes on, and then it goes off. So I like my alpha hydroxy acids, my stimulating ingredients on-off, and I make it cleansers and toners with alpha hydroxy acids, truthtreatments.com, if I give my products a plug, truthtreatments.com. And you take days off. You don't do them every day. 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 2 days off. You have to find a sweet spot for yourself. And every day, you put fat-soluble vitamin C on your skin, and you put retinol on your skin. Not every day. You have to figure out a sweet spot for retinol. Retinol kind of nutriates the skin, but it also exercises the skin. You have to be a little bit careful with retinol. And then make sure you're taking care of yourself internally. By taking care of yourself internally, I mean all the nutrients, especially the fatty nutrients. The skin's is a fatty organ, very responsive to fatty nutrients. So make sure you're doing all your nutrients. Essential fatty acids are probably the most important. And this is important for eczema, you have to make sure you're not putting anything into the body that initiates inflammation, that has inflammatory factors built into it. For example, dairy can initiate inflammation. Certain eggs can initiate inflammation. Legumes and beans and peanuts can initiate inflammation. Nuts can initiate, almonds and cashews can initiate inflammation. Vegetables, people think vegetables are benign. They're not benign. They can initiate inflammation. Anything that initiates inflammation can wreak havoc on the inside of the body and the outside of the body. Keeping in mind, when I say inflammation, I'm not talking about a black eye. I'm not talking about a swollen elbow. I'm not talking about a broken ankle. I'm talking about micro-inflammation. Foods that initiate micro-inflammation can wreak havoc on the inside of the body, autoimmune diseases and arthritis and cancer and heart disease and deterioration of tissue. All these are the result of microinflammation inside the body, but microinflammation on the outside of the body can lead to eczema, and it can lead to psoriasis and other skin diseases. So not only do you want to make sure you want to be paying attention to what you are putting or what you're not putting in, and then put those in. You also want to pay attention to what you are putting in and then what you want to avoid. And so anytime you have an inflammatory process, inside or outside, the first thing to look at is what am I putting inside my mouth that's getting into my bloodstream, that's getting into the organs that's causing this inflammation or this micro-inflammation. And you can always tell, by the way, that you're dealing with a micro-inflammatory disease if the doctor gives you an anti-inflammatory to take care of your symptoms. If the doctor gives you a steroid cream, or now they have biologics, they call them, they're really fancy and very expensive, you know you're dealing with an inflammatory condition. So if you get a steroid cream for your eczema, that tells you it's an inflammatory condition. If you get a steroid cream for your psoriasis or your rash or your itching or whatever it is, that tells you you're dealing with a microinflammatory condition. If you're dealing with a microinflammatory condition, you want to take care of it at the causal level. You got to figure out what's getting into the bloodstream that's causing that inflammation. And unless you're injecting something through your skin, like you're an IV drug user, or if you're doing a vaccine maybe, unless you're doing something through your skin, it's got to be a food.
Interesting. So about the vitamin C and the vitamin A, can you take it internally as well as a supplement to help stimulate the collagen?
Yeah, absolutely. You must. Not can you. You have to. You're just doing extra. When you use topically, that's like a bonus. The skin gives us an opportunity to do something that we can't do for the inside out. Yes, you have to do vitamin C and vitamin A internally, absolutely. But here we get we get a bonus. We get an extra way of doing it. The most important is internally, for sure.
Do you have any supplements you recommend in terms of vitamin A and C?
Do I have any what?
Any brands or specific?
Well, heck yes, of course I do. Truth Treatment. Did you just give me a softball to hit out of the park or something? Hey, thank you, Abby. Truthtreatments.com. That's what I've dedicated my life to, providing people with an opportunity to feed their skin from the outside in. And all of my formulations do that. And I've been formulating products since, I'm embarrassed to tell you here, but I've been formulating products since 1982. What year were you born? Exactly. I was formulating products before you were born, right? So that's a long time. And all of my formulations are designed to allow patients to drive nutrients in through the skin, or also alpha hydroxy acids to stimulate the skin. And I got this concept, I developed this theory and this concept because I was a bodybuilder when I was in my 20s. I was a weightlifter. I wanted to be big. You know, when you're in your 20s and you're a guy, like being big is like, that's the big thing. It's like, that's what everybody was obsessed with. And I was like a typical guy, and I was obsessed with bodybuilding and being big. And I studied the mechanisms of getting big. And I realized that exercise plus nutrition plus rest, that's how you do it. So I just extrapolated that for the skin. And that's how I started creating products like that. I've been creating nutriating and stimulating products now since, for 38 years.
So Ben, do you actually know any other nutritionists
No.
chemists or biochemists out there?
Not with a skill set like this. Not with a skill set of pharmacy, which is about healing and making medicine, of nutrition, which is about taking care of the body from a nutritional perspective, and skin health, which is about addressing the tissue or the organ called the skin. It's a very unique triad of skills. And I don't know anybody else who has that triad. Plus, I like to talk about it. And I'm a journalist. I have a degree in journalism, and I like to write, and I do my radio thing. So the skill set that I bring to the table is very unique. But the products that I formulated, because they're not skincare products, they're health products. I'm not a beauty professional. I don't know a lot about beauty. That's not my thing, beauty. I'm a healthcare professional. But I believe that beauty follows health. So to me, health should be more fundamental than beauty. So if you really want beauty, you really want beauty, you got to be healthy first. We can simulate beauty. We can imitate it. If you paint your skin with a color, it may look like, I don't have any wrinkles, or I don't have any blemishes, or I don't have any inflammation. That's called makeup or cosmetics. You paint the skin. Or if you put fat oil on the skin or wax on the skin, you may think you don't have dry skin anymore. That's cosmetic. That's superficial. That's a simulation, right? But I'm thinking, why should we simulate? Let's stimulate. Stimulate, don't simulate. Why should we resort to imitating? Why should we resort to faking our friends out, or faking our skin out, or faking ourselves out? Why don't we just turn it on? Why don't we just stimulate health instead of simulating health? And that's my position as a healthcare professional. I'm like, let's change the health of the tissue. Dry skin is unhealthy skin. Let's change the health of the skin, and you won't have dry skin anymore. Eczema is unhealthy skin. Let's change the health of the skin, and you won't have eczema anymore. Likewise, psoriasis, likewise, rosacea, likewise, anti-aging, wrinkles, whatever it is, dark spots. It's all health issues. Let's change the health of the skin. And guess what? It's the same about arthritis or autoimmunity. Do healthy people get arthritis? No. Do healthy people get heart disease? No. Do healthy people have autoimmune problems? No. So let's take care of the health, and the autoimmunity will go away. Let's take care of the health, and we'll prevent heart disease and cancer. So it's always going to come down to the health of the tissue, whether we're talking superficially or whether we're talking on the skin in terms of the outside of the body, or whether we're talking the inside of the body. If you want to have beautiful skin, you have to have healthy skin. That's our slogan at The Truth. Healthy skin is beautiful skin.
Yeah, that's really awesome. What are your thoughts on there's a lot of recommendations to wear sunscreen every day.
Sunscreen is one of the dumbest things you could put on your skin is sunscreen because of its toxicity. In fact, just last week, JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, came out with a study that showed that even one application of sunscreen will end up in your blood. Just one application. Now, if you drink a sunscreen, guess what will happen to you? You'd be dead.
Right, poisoned, yeah.
Yes, you'd be poisoned, okay? Now, I know that you're not drinking it when you rub it on your skin, but why would you put a poison on your body? Especially a poison that we know that gets into the bloodstream. It is asinine beyond belief. Now, you say, well, what about the sun? The sun's strong. Okay, I understand. So make sure your skin is healthy enough to handle the sun. Make sure you're using your internal nutrients. In fact, if you go get, they make these vitamins and supplements that they call eye vitamins or eye supplements to protect your eyes from the sun. If you take those eye supplements, guess what? Your skin will be more resistant to sun damage. Now, eye vitamins are great. It's an easy way to do it. But if you take other nutrients, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, you supplement, your skin will be more resistant to the sun. If your skin is not resistant to the sun, that's a health issue. That's not an issue of a superficial cosmetic issue. You just paint something on the surface of your skin. If you have to use a topical, use zinc oxide, not sunscreen. Zinc oxide is not a sunscreen. So use zinc oxide. That acts like a paint for the surface of the skin. But still, the best way to take care of your skin is going to be internal nutrition and topical nutrition.
So even though, a lot of people have mentioned that even if you're sitting by a window, the UVB can still get through and that can damage the skin.
Make sure your skin is strong and healthy. Make sure you're healthy. See, here's the thing, Abby. What you're saying is very important. We have this, the medical community, the medical world has this idea, and we have it too, because we think that, medicine means genius. It doesn't. But because we think we really do. We have this, we've deified the medical. I have a lot of friends who are doctors. I'm not ripping on doctors, but we have this idea that if somebody's a doctor, they're a genius. In fact, you probably have friends. If your girlfriend meets a guy, right, and she likes him and she wants to go out with him and have a relationship with him, and he's a doctor, that's like a bonus. She'll probably say to you, Abby, he's a doctor, right? Or your mother, you meet a guy in a bar and he's a doctor. You tell your mom, he's a doctor. And your mom will say to her friends, my Abby, she's marrying a doctor. There's this, right? What's that?
They would be really happy.
They would be really happy. Why? Because doctor equals genius, right? There's this idea, but that's not necessarily true. The fact of the matter is that medicine is not necessarily geniuses, and medical professionals they don't necessarily understand how the body works. They understand how drugs work. And so we have this drug mentality. The position of the medical world and the position of lay people who believe in the genius of the medical world is that the body is inherently sick. It doesn't believe that the body can heal itself. The medical world will tell you your psoriasis is incurable. It will tell you your eczema is incurable.
Which
it will tell you before. That you've probably been told that.
Yeah, a lot.
Because they don't believe in the healing properties of the body. They believe that we're inherently doomed. That there's nothing we can do. You have eczema, you have it for life. And the only thing we can do is mitigate the symptoms. I have a different mindset. And this is the mindset I'm trying to promote, is that disease is an aberration. It's not a normal part of how the body is. So that if you find yourself with eczema, psoriasis, or you're burning more readily from the sun, it doesn't mean that all you can do is shut down the skin's responses to the sun. It means you can make the body stronger. That's the message that I'm trying to get across, is we can make our bodies resilient. We can make our bodies disease-proof, even if you're already diseased. And you know what, Abby? That is a powerful message for a lot of reasons. Number one, because it's true, and it connects up with what we know is true. But number two is because it gives people hope. It gives people a confidence that all they got to do is figure out what is interfering with my body and how can I feed it and sustain it, and how can I give it what it needs. It's a much more positive and powerful message. And that's why I call my business The Truth, because it is the truth. And it's a mindset. It's not just words. It's a mindset that we have to take on, that I can be strong, that I can heal and that I can reverse my disease. I mean, I saw pictures of your eczema. You don't have that anymore, right?
A little bit, but it's healed so much, like 80-90% since I last saw you in person last year too.
Even when I saw you last year,
yeah.
You healed your eczema, right? Through natural means. There's no drug that can do it.
No.
And I'm a pharmacist. And let me tell you something. There is no drug on planet Earth that can heal a chronic disease. Mm-hmm. It's not possible. But you can with nutritional strategies, with eliminating problem foods, with patching up a leaky gut, with using nutritional support for the digestive system, probiotics, digestive enzymes, with getting on a good nutritional supplement program. Not only can you heal your disease, but you can add years to your life.
That's awesome. So, Ben, question about, so people who have really, really severe, eczema, who have gone to the point where they have like scarring and wrinkles, can it actually be reversed for the
scarring? By definition, the definition of a scar means permanent. So scars, they're scars. There's nothing you can do about a scar. A scar is permanent. But wrinkles are not scars. Wrinkles can be reversed. Fine lines can be reversed. So you got to distinguish those two. Scars, you're not going to reverse. That's permanent. That's like the proof that you have been alive on planet Earth, basically. We all get scars. We get emotional scars. We get mental scars. And we also get physical scars. That's permanent. However, wrinkles and fine lines and dark spots, hyperpigmentation, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, all that can be reversed, absolutely. As long as it's not a scar. Scar, by definition, is permanent.
And so I guess the strategies to reverse the wrinkles that have been there from the damage of that the eczema has caused.
Eliminate the problems from two directions. Eliminate whatever is causing the inflammation, okay? And unless you're an IV drug user, it's going to be food. So do food diary. I'm sure you know all the stuff. Do a food diary, and then what's called the elimination diet. And there are some likely suspects, but it could be anything. And vegetables are really important. The problem associated with vegetables is very underappreciated because there's a lot of vegans and vegetarians who don't realize that vegetables contain things that can wreak all kinds of havoc on your body. So you got to be careful with veggies, okay? And then beans, legumes, nuts, dairy, there's a lot of things. Eggs, a lot of things can do it. Gluten, of course. And then doing nutrients that support a healthy digestive system. Probiotics are amazingly important. Apple cider vinegar, pancreatin enzyme, lipase, lecithin, there's a whole bunch of digestive supplements. And then a really good nutritional supplement program with all the vitamins and all the minerals and essential fatty acids. We call them the Mighty 90 essential nutrients. And then topical vitamin A and topical vitamin C and alpha hydroxy acids. That's a well-rounded program right there.
Awesome. So AHA and retinol, are they suitable to use when someone's having a flare-up or if they have rashes?
AHAs and retinol are very stimulating, and a flare-up is stimulating. So you want the skin to be a little calm before you use AHAs and retinol. When the skin is inflamed, that means it's angry. You don't want to put anything stimulating on an angry skin. So when the skin is angry, you want to calm it down. You can use vitamin C, that has a calming effect. But I would stay away from anything that's stimulating like retinol or alpha hydroxy acids.
And what if someone just has like super dry skin? It's not like rashy or has like wounds.
Inflammation. That's an inflammatory condition. Dry skin is micro-inflammation.
So still stay away from the AHA and retinol.
No, that's not angry skin. Dry skin is not angry skin. AHAs and retinol can stimulate the production of moisture factors.
Oh, awesome.
AHAs and retinol are really, really helpful for dry skin. In the long run, in the short run, they'll disrupt the barrier, but in the long run, they'll turn on the production of moisture factors. Your skin is making moisture factors. And those moisture factors are how your skin is supposed to stay moist. It's constantly producing things that attract water and hold on to water.
Awesome. Ben, have you heard of face yoga before?
Heard of what?
Face yoga?
Yes, face yoga is great. Absolutely.
Have you done it? I've been starting to do it.
Show me some moves. Give me a move. Show me a move. That's good. Yeah. Face yoga is awesome. They call it face yoga, but it really is facial exercises.
Yeah, it's facial exercise. It just sounds really cool.
Yes, absolutely. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Like what you just did.
Yeah, I did like the O's and A's for people who can't.
O's and A's, absolutely. Absolutely. You can actually put electrical current on the skin too. That'll do the same thing.
I've been looking at devices, but there's some that are like $400.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do electrical, but keep in mind, if you don't have the raw material, that's the exercise part. Remember, it's a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, exercise, rest, and nutrition. Those electrical units are just 1 point on the triangle. Face yoga is just 1 point on the triangle. Facial exercises are just 1 point on the triangle. You still need the rest on the other point, and you need the nutrition.
So Ben, tell me more about the supplements that you have, because
I got three. I produce 3 supplements. Are you talking about the truth?
Yeah.
I got one for connective tissue for collagen, which is ideal after surgery or pre-surgery, but also for anti-aging. Also makes your skin, hair, and nails grow. I also have a mineral supplement, which is made up of electrical minerals from the ground, from the soil, plant electrical minerals from the soil. That's also important for skin, hair, and nails, and also for the immune system. And then I have an acne supplement that focuses on liver health. My acne supplement is really a liver supplement. So bonus, my acne supplement will keep you from getting hangovers.
Interesting.
If you take them before you go out drinking, if you take like an extra dose before and after you drink alcohol, you won't get a hangover.
That's so interesting.
Unless you drink a lot of alcohol.
So can people with eczema use it too?
Heck yes, they should.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if people were to choose one product out of one of the supplements, which would be
probably for eczema?
Yeah.
Probably the blemish repair complex.
For the supplement?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But also the Collagen Recovery Complex would be good too. Both of those. One or the other.
I do actually have a 10% off discount code for anyone listening.
You have to do your code out.
Yeah, I was looking for it earlier, but I just found it. So it's Have the Truth 20. And if any of you guys want to use that code, it's Have the Truth 20, the number 20, and you can get 10% off.
Truthtreatments.com, plural. Truthtreatments.com.
Yeah. Any last words or advice that you want to share?
That's good because I got to go, but this is a very important last word. Please understand, if you have eczema or psoriasis or dry skin or dark spots or your skin looks like it's getting older, you are not condemned. This is true about all diseases. All health challenges, even cancer, are reversible. All of them. It's in the body's nature to heal. So if you have a chronic disease that is a disease that's not healing, they call them chronic degenerative diseases, including eczema or any other skin diseases, please, people, understand you are not doomed. You are not condemned. It's in the body's nature to heal. Figure out what you're doing wrong, but what you're putting inside the body that's wrong, and eliminate it. Figure out what you're not putting inside the body that you should be, and start adding it. Garbage in, bad stuff out, good stuff in. Simple as that. And don't forget, we didn't talk about this, and maybe on our next show we can. How you think and how you feel. How you the thoughts you're putting out in the world are going to generate biochemical changes, and the feelings that you have, love and peace of mind and contentment and satisfaction and forgiveness, they play a major role in how the body shows up. In fact, like the 4 dimensions of health and wellness: spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. They're all important.
That's awesome. Yeah, Ben, let's do another one day and talk about psychodermatology as well.
That'd be great. Good to see you again. Good to talk to you again, Abby. Thanks for doing this.
Take care.
Right. Take care. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed the information that was shared in today's episode. Ben is the only guest that I've had on the show 3 times, and I just absolutely love him, and I hope you learned a lot and really enjoyed today's episode. He is just such a great teacher, and I am implementing so many of the things that he's taught me. And if you want to check out any of the other episodes that he did, he talked a lot about dirty blood affecting eczema and also vitamins A and C being the most important nutrients for your skin, especially if you want to use it topically as well. You can check out those other episodes with Ben Fuchs. One of them is called Topical Nutrition for the Skin, which I learned so much about. I hope you enjoyed those episodes. If you want to learn more about Ben's products, head to truthtreatments.com and use the code HAVETHETRUTH20, and that's HAVETHETRUTH20, and get 10% off your order.
Thanks for listening to the Eczema Podcast, and stay tuned for our next episode. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass it along to your friends. Visit eczemaconquerors.com for more articles and tips. Thanks for listening.